Hello all, it's James Johnson, aka Sulfur Blade. Welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my content, and welcome back to Football Coach, College Dynasty. Okay, so this is, season 9 of my coaching career, and we're coming to the tail end of my second season with the Minnesota, the Golden Gophers. We've had a fairly decent year. We're currently ranked number 6. We are certainly performing beyond our talent level. We are a bit overhyped, if I have to be frank about our situation, but that's never a bad thing. That's good for the fan base passion. That's good for my team gaining prestige. And more prestige, more donors. All in all, just all together, the better you can perform in a given year, obviously benefits come along with that. However, we are jumping into a huge game versus USC, number 5 versus number 6. But we have to go into this game with some realistic expectations. We have squeaked by in a few games, and we're lucky to be ranked number 6. Yes, it would be awesome to win this game because that would pretty much put us into the conference championship for the Big Ten. Not gonna lie, I would love that to happen, but USC out-talents us by a long stretch, so likelihood is we're probably gonna get our butt stomped here. But it's not really a number 5 versus a number 6 game. It's a number 5 versus a very overrated number 6 game. But anyway, let's jump in and let's let the carnage happen. USC is favored by 8.5. Do I have any visitors attending this game? I don't think I would have scheduled people for this. I would have tried to avoid scheduling people for this match, and it doesn't look like I do. Matchup history. USC has pretty much dominated this matchup. And here we go. We'll call heads. It's tails. USC wins the toss. USC is elected to defer to the second half, and we're going to play ball. It's raining, so that I hope is in our benefit. We consider ourselves a run team, and inclement weather tends to help the better run squad. But USC might have a pretty decent run game. They likely have a very powerful offense, so it might not be a huge benefit. Who knows? We are going to immediately change clock management to chew clock, as I want to keep this game from getting out of hand. I want to limit the number of touches USC gets in this match. Alright, straight to chew clock. Let's see how we do. And we are punting. How far away are we? 55. Alright, punt it is. We've got them back on the 5-yard line. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 2. 4th and 1, we held them. Okay, we're returning the punt. Coordinator wants to go with the end around. I'll let him have his way. Of course, we lost yards. Okay, we're punting. Worst punt that time around. We're losing the field battle here. They seem to have the better punter. 1st and 10, 2nd and 8. 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. Touchdown. We're down 7. Coordinator, I want to do more running this game, please. Less passing, more runs. Play action on third down, okay. Yep. 4th and 2. Alright, field goal it is. 3-7. 2nd and 1. 1st and 10. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 1. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 3. 4th and 3. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was on 4th down. Touchdown. USC is out in front of us. Okay, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 1, 1st down, play action, sure. A little passing on 1st down can't hurt. Switching up to play action, alright. Back to the ground. And the ground. Leave it on the ground. Into the end zone. We missed the extra point. Lovely. Okay, 9-14. We're hanging in there with USC. So they've had the ball twice, I believe, and they've scored touchdowns both times. We've had the ball twice. We came around with a short touchdown of 6 points and a field goal. So 1st and 10. 2nd and 7, 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 4. Okay, that's what we need. We need to stop them. Though there's 29 seconds left, I don't see us getting across the field. So, yeah. First and 10, 2nd and 1. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 4. Field goal attempt from 37 yards. It's good for USC. It's now an 8-point ball game. Play action hitches. I like the play calling so far. Okay. All right. Touchdown. Extra point, 16-17. Third quarter, we're hanging in there with USC. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7, interception, huge interception. Okay, we need to capitalize off this. And we're not going to, are we? I don't like any of these passes. And we're punting. Okay, we've got them deep. A safety who could actually put us in the lead. We want that safety, guys. Go get him. Come on, defense. Come on. Let's go. No. No safety for us. Okay. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 4. Oh, come on. Can we at least just stop him? 2nd and 14. 3rd and 8. 4th and 8. Alright, now we're the ones pinned back with our ears against the wall. Alright. Okay, play action, sure. Oh no. If we went for this, they're guaranteed in score position. If we fail, I think we have to punt. Alright, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 3, 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8. Ouch. Ouch. I think that sealed our fate here. Not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying, obviously. You never know what might happen in this ball game. I should probably change clock management, as we're gonna need that extra time. Okay, play action. Okay. If we can get the 2-point conversion, we tie things up. Do I trust my passing game, or do I trust my running game? Three yards is a long run. I'm a run team. It's raining. Old-fashioned football. Let's go. Failed the 2-point conversion. Looks like USC is going to win this. Well, we could get an onside kick. No. That's game. You know, we were in it right up to the end. This was a close game. It looked like a number 5 versus number 6 matchup. Even with the talent disparity, we played USC hard. There's nothing to be ashamed of here with this game. Alright, and they're gonna kneel it out. Yeah, we definitely held on to it for a while. We were the better run team. They were the better pass team. They got more yards in total. 22-24. It was a ball game. So, the fact we kept this close, we might not drop in the rankings too far, which means we still have an outside shot, possibly, of still playing for the national championship, even though we're not going to get invited to the conference championship. So there's that to consider. Honestly, I think this is the best outcome. Had we won and had we gone into a conference championship game, our athletic director would have started getting expectations that are probably unrealistic in the Big Ten. And I don't want an athletic director getting his high hopes up too early when it's only my second season with the team. All right, we're number 11, so we're still possibly in the running for the national championship. as hilarious as that might be. Okay, so there was a commitment signed here. All right. Wait a second. That's not just any injury. That's a quarterback. Are you kidding me right now? Our quarterback is injured going into rivalry week against Wisconsin? Ah. Yeah, that's the type of injury that really is like piling on. That's just brutal game. Thank you. Ah. Right. Do we bench the injured quarterback? Right now, that's something I don't like. Why do injuries affect quarterback IQ? It's like you broke your arm, so you got 10 points dumber. What? You sprained your ankle, so you got 10 points dumber. What? I mean, if it was a concussion or something, maybe I could understand the QB IQ going down. But what is the injury? I mean, I haven't. Is it a frontal lobotomy? This is considered a minor injury. Injuries can be it. Oh, it is a head. It is a head injury. Okay, so perhaps I did get my dome has been rung, and I'm suffering from a concussion, so I'm not thinking straightly. Okay, so maybe QBIQ does. Maybe the effect on QBIQ makes sense in this situation, and that brings down accuracy. It doesn't affect my arm strength. All right. Maybe I'll understand this head injury this time. I think we have to bench the starter for this game. And bring in the other guy. All right, recruiting. We are getting down to the end of the season, and we're still not winning all the matchups. This is a wide receiver. We're already spending $1 million nil attempting to get the guys that we're currently going after. These guys are more important, honestly. Yeah, I'm not tossing any more nil at this wide receiver. Just not doing it. All right, this is a pretty big corner, and we're fighting with our actual rival. So there's more to getting this guy than filling our own need. We also don't want Wisconsin to have him, right? That's an extra thing to think about here. So we will toss another 100K nil at him. Arizona State. Okay, we're not competing with Big Ten guys over here. However, it would be nice to get the linebacker. close, isn't it? We'll throw another 100K at him. So I don't believe we're gonna win this one. So basically, instead of spending $1 million, we're gonna spend 800K, less than $1 million, because we probably won't win him. But we'll get the guys we need to get. Or that's the hope anyway. Who knows? They might toss some last minute nil at the targets. All right. Let's go ahead and we're rushing the football, especially now that we have a backup quarterback in, and we're going to stop the run, lock in the focus, practice it up. Okay, there should be nothing we need to adjust game plan wise. Alright, I am curious about league news. USC edges Minnesota. There was a thriller in Los Angeles as USC defeated Minnesota 24-22. The Trojans passed for 262 yards and rushed for 138 more. Despite holding the ball for just 22 minutes, USC moved to 10-1 and a number 4 ranking in the latest poll, while the number 11 ranked Golden Gophers fell to 9-2. Alright, Stephen Dickens seems to be still competing for Player of the Year. Anything happening over here defensive-wise? Minnesota Lions 4-star linebacker Nolan Dunn has made a decision. The linebacker will sign and enroll with the Golden Gophers. Dunn, the number 41 overall high school recruit in the nation, chose Minnesota over Pittsburgh and Penn State, which has been crystal balled for some time. Alright, anything interesting here in the Big Ten? Ohio State destroyed Michigan State. Iowa beat Wisconsin. Okay, so Wisconsin is coming into our game a little bit shaken up. So we're both coming off losses. Elias Byrne is working for the Big Ten Player of the Year award with his 23 touchdown carries. No freshmen in here, huh? Alright, so here we go. We have a slightly more talented Wisconsin team who's our arch rival, if you will. This is a pretty big game. We are favored because we're ranked higher. Most people think we're the better team, but technically Wisconsin might be the better team here, though it's going to be close. Matchup history, Wisconsin so far is winning this history, but I would like to even that gap if at all possible. All right. Big game versus Wisconsin. Heads. Minnesota wins the toss. We will defer to the second half. Let's play ball. Okay, we got some snow up here in Minneapolis in the Metrodome. Evidently the dome has been retracted to allow the snow to fall in the field. Okay, it's 1st and 10. 2nd and 5. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 9. Okay, defense has stepped up, and we're going to try to hold the Badgers to a 48-yard field goal. They made it. So the Badgers have a strong kicker, evidently, which one of my good friends from high school was actually a kicker for the Badgers. So that's just a tidbit that you probably don't need to know, but it was relevant to the game, I suppose. Interception in our rivalry game. Wisconsin has the ball on our side of the field with a 3-0 lead. 2nd and 9. 3rd and 5. 1st down. 2nd and 2. 1st and goal. Touchdown. Wisconsin's out to a commanding lead. 10-0. Come on, guys. This is a game I would like to win. Outside run, halfback stretch. Let's go. Punt. We're punting. Defense, you need to step up here. 3rd and 1. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 1. 1st and 10. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 10. Punt. Come on. Attaboy. Let's keep running it. Drive has stalled off. The drive has stalled out on this Wisconsin 6-yard line. We got to go for the field goal. Got to take the points. All right, 2nd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. All right, let's see. Can we drive it back down the field again? No. They've got it at midfield already. 2nd and 1, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 1. Oh, 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. Touchdown. We're down 17-3. Well, I'm seeing visions of us playing for the national championship quickly sailing right out the window, unless something happens immediately in this set of downs. We need to go into this half with another score. And preferably a touchdown. We have 2 timeouts. Okay, we got a touchdown. we're still hanging in on this game. Okay, 2nd and 2, 1st and 10, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 5. Clock is run out on the half. Now we need to get back into the game here. Oh, damn it. I so wanted to come out of in the second half, march down and tie this game up. But that didn't happen. It's 2nd and 3, 3rd and 2, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1. Wisconsin is saying, we're not going to let you get back in this game. 2nd and 1, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, touchdown. Yeah, they're not going to make it easy on us. We can't give up on the run game. That's our strength. All right, we're not out of it. We just need a defense to rally up. We need our number 1 ranked defense to be a number 1 ranked defense. 2nd and 6, 3rd and 3, 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 9, 4th and 3. Okay. We have a chance to tie things up, offense. We need to march down the field and put it in the end zone. Oh, come on. Why is it when we're a touchdown away, we can't move the ball? When we're 2 touchdowns down, we can move the ball to get within a touchdown. We can move the ball to get within a touchdown, but we can't move the ball to tie it up. Punt. I heard it. We need a defensive score here. 2nd and 6, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 5, 4th and 5. Oh my God. No. Oh man, that. Sorry guys, but this is frustrating. I really want to beat Wisconsin. They're our rivals. This has been a good season. I wanted it to remain a good season, not to... it sucks to end the season on a dramatic down note that dramatically shifts the tone of the season, if you will. And that's about what's going to happen here. 2nd and 10. Holy crap! This is a roller. This is a rivalry game. This is the type of stuff the rivalry games that happen in rivalry games. These crazy swings like this, unbelievable. We might still have a shot here. We need to run. We need to run that ball. Oh, big 3rd down. No. Feels like a letdown. We really needed that touchdown, and we're only getting a field goal. I mean, we have to take the field goal. KD, Second and 10. Third and 10. First and 10. Second and 10. First and 10. Second and 10. Third and 1. First and 10. Second and 3. Third and 3. Oh, Jesus Christ. First and goal. Second and goal. Yeah. Alright, we'll go for the jet sweep. I'm gonna let my offensive coordinator call the game here. Touchdown? What are you talking about? Okay, we're going. Oh, it's hidden underneath the white. All right, we did score a touchdown. We're going for 2. Why? We're down 5. We would be down 4 with an extra point. This doesn't really change anything, in my opinion. Extra point. All right. Huge defensive stand needed here. Second and 6. First and 10. Here goes the timeout. First down. I think that just killed the game on us. Third and 4. Fourth and 1. We have to stop him. Okay. So had we gone for 2 and had we made it, we would be a field goal away to tying. Now we have to put it in the end zone. Maybe I did make the wrong call there. I mean, we're counting chickens right now. We have to get it in the end zone. Or we have to get it in scoring. Let's just see what happens. Okay. Hail Mary isn't a little early to be given up. Medium pass. I don't think I like flanker girl. Still want a medium pass. Let's go play action. Really? Alright, what do we got in deep passes that aren't? That's the game. We lost to Wisconsin. Our season ends on a low note. We're going to go from being number 11 to possibly unranked. Though Wisconsin's considered a pretty decent team, they're not currently ranked. They probably will be ranked after this win. They could end up like number 25, number 24, and we'll end up unranked, or we'll end up in the 20-something rankings. Not high enough to play for the national championship, though. Alright, well, let's just see what happens. Why did the game have to injure my starting quarterback going into a game against Wisconsin? It's 2 years in a row that we've lost to Wisconsin with the superior year, if you will. So we were 9-2 going into Wisconsin 7-4. We had a better record. Last year was the same thing. We had a better record going into the Wisconsin game, and Wisconsin beat us. Minnesota was not, well, yeah, we knew that was going to happen. Okay, our quarterback's back. Okay, promises. 55 targets, so more than accomplished that. 63% of snaps. 56, 54, 65, 60. All promises met. We failed to get that $5 million nil for beating Wisconsin. That's frustrating. Did you visit that Wisconsin game? You did not, thankfully. So a lot of these battles are not that far off. Like, we're barely ahead on this linebacker. We're barely ahead on this corner. We're only 600 up on the running back. We're only 600 up on the defensive lineman. We're only 600 up on this linebacker. These two are kind of a foregone conclusion, obviously, but the rest of them are not completely foregone conclusions. Wisconsin edges out Minnesota. A close, evenly matched game saw Wisconsin defeat Minnesota 31-27. The Badgers passed for 247 yards and rushed for 202 more, outgaining their opponents by just 45 total yards. The number 16 ranked Badgers moved to 8-4 on the season, while the number 15 ranked Golden Gophers fell to 9-3. Well, this is how the Big Ten is going to finish the season, it looks like. UCLA beat USC. Interesting. Wait. UCLA beat USC. Had we beaten Wisconsin? Oh, mother. That makes the loss to Wisconsin even worse. Had we beaten Wisconsin we would have been tied with USC, and USC still would have gotten the championship. Okay, well, yeah, because they would have gotten the tiebreaker because they directly beat us. Well, it is what it is. Okay, Ohio State's 12-0. Penn State finished 9-3. We're 9-3. Wisconsin is evidently has won our bracket because they have the same, and they have the head-to-head. And UCLA is actually going to be playing for the championship game against Ohio State. Interesting. Well, all we got to look forward to is a bowl game. Oh, what the hell? Damn it. Yeah, I thought some things looked wonky. Alright, well, you're probably getting the same pitch. So we ended up the number 6 by scoring, number 5 defense by yards. All right, Syracuse, number 25. Army, number 24. Boston College, number 23. Wisconsin, number 22. Oregon, number 21. TCU, number 20. Colorado, number 19. LSU, number 18. Arkansas, 17. Tennessee, 16. Cal, 15. What? Could we possibly have an outside shot here? Penn State, 14. If we're in the 13 spot, I'm gonna be so annoyed. It's like the stink hole, right? Yeah, we're in the stink hole. Just missing the playoffs with the number 13 ranking, the team from Minneapolis, Minnesota with a 9-3 record. And Northern Illinois gets in. We beat Northern Illinois this year. Yes, they were a conference champion, but come on. Oklahoma number 11, Kansas 10, USC 9, Clemson 8, Georgia Tech 7, Ohio State 6. Who did Ohio State lose to? Did they lost the conference championship game to who? Well, that had to have been UCLA. No. Is UCLA on here? Notre Dame? Stanford? There they are. Their best win was Ohio State University to end the... Who would have thunk UCLA would end up number 3? Frickin' perennially overrated Alabama. And number 1 is Florida State University this year. Alright, well, what bowl do we get? We get the Rose Bowl. Well, we're in a good bowl. I guess that's something, right? We're in the Rose Bowl. This is like the bowl of bowls, in my opinion. And we get to go up against Cal. Pretty good team. What, we're number 12 now? Make up your mind, game. So we can be number 12 when it doesn't matter. Grr. Alright, sort by point ahead estimate. This is close. Too close. Add a little more nil. Alright, the award ceremony. Stephen Dickens. Is he a senior this year? No, he's still a junior. Cooper Farmer. You know, I'm jealous. Knowing just how successful this guy's been without me. Dennis Rivers, UConn. Andres Vaughn from the Arkansas Razorbacks, and Ryder Way from the Kansas Jayhawks. Player of the Year is Cooper Farmer for Clemson Tigers. Okay, Defensive Player of the Year, Samuel Barnes from Duke. Dominique Copeland from Colorado. Nicholas Evans from Notre Dame. Landon Steiner from the always overrated Alabama. And Cody Wilcox from the always overrated Alabama. And thankfully, it's the guy from Notre Dame. Okay, Freshman of the Year. We have Declan Brumfield from Michigan. Alec Fink from the Seminoles. Dane Jordan from the always overrated Alabama. Elliot Landry from LSU. And Hayden Newman from West Virginia. The answer is Elliot Landry from LSU. Okay, Coach of the Year is Pedro Sims for San Diego State University. We're Big Ten Coach of the Year? Really? I'm surprised, but I'll take it. Okay, and the ceremony, go to the award winners. Okay. This was the number 3 linebacker. Well, this has been a big fight that we've been fighting hard over. We got him. And the wide receiver that we've basically have kind of let slip away, the Ducks got. How close were we? 766 points off. Yeah, they threw some serious nail at this guy. Alright, there should be some commentary in the league news about us signing, the highly touted linebacker from Drayton, Nolan Felix, has committed to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Felix, the number 16 overall high school recruit in the nation, has been eyeing Minnesota for a while and finally decided to commit. if we go to the Big Ten, we already read that one basically. Yeah, here we are. Jaden Davidson has made the decision. The linebacker will sign and enroll with the Golden Gophers. Davidson, the number 45 linebacker recruit in the nation, decided on Minnesota over Arizona State and Washington after months of back and forth. We did a recurring, correct? Yes. Okay, we got some signings here. I think this is an important one. Yeah, this has been hard fought with Wisconsin. And we win. Just edged out Wisconsin. And this running back was basically just a guy on the wish list who we managed to bring in. Is there a reason to go priority order on these guys? There really isn't. All right, time to practice for number 15 Cal in the Rose Bowl. Gonna run the football, and we are going to stop the run. We're gonna lock in those focuses, practice it up. There shouldn't be anything to adjust in the depth chart. Sure I haven't screwed anything up. Safety. Nope, we intentionally put him here because he best fits the end position. Okay, everything looks about right. Yeah, I think we're fine. All right, fairly big game, Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl is the best bowl in my opinion, and we got invited to it. So let's see if we can't get ourselves a Rose Bowl victory against Cal. I'm optimistic. I think we have a good shot here. Alright, they won the toss. Cal is elected to receive the ball. Okay, away we go. It's 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 1, 1st and 10, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Turnover on downs. Nice. We have running backs for a reason. Use them. Play action. Okay. "31-yarder. It's good. We're on the board first. 2nd and 12, 3rd and 13, 4th and 13. Okay, defense has so far shown up for the game. Well, that wasn't a great set of downs. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 9, 4th and 9. You want to start off passing. Okay. Let's keep it on the ground. Okay, touchdown. I like how this game's going so far. Interception. Nice. A 51-yard field goal. It's 4th and 4. Field goal is 50-50. I don't like the odds. If we punt, we're getting a minimal gain. We're gonna pass for a 1st down. We did it. Okay. Touchdown. 17-0. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 6. No. 3rd and 10. Okay. Play action on. No. Change this play up to outside run, halfback stretch, 48-yarder. All right, let's go for it. It's good. Cal fumbles. All right. Evidently, this is a game where nothing can go wrong for us. I shouldn't say that because now everything's going to go wrong for us. First and goal. Touchdown. First and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 4, 4th and 1. Punt. Let the clock run out in the 2nd quarter. So after the first half, it's 27-0. Minnesota is dominating number 15 Cal in the Rose Bowl. Okay, we're punting. 2nd 11, 3rd and 8, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 2, 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 13, 3rd and 16, 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, touchdown. Okay, is the half gonna switch the momentum here? We went nowhere. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 1, 1st and 10, 2nd and 3, 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, another touchdown. I don't like this trend. Can we get some offense here? Are you kidding me right now? Not kidding. There's been 14 unanswered points for Cal since the beginning of the second half. We've been ice in this second half. Cal has been on fire. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 9, 4th and 9. Okay. There we had something happen. Now, let's put this game away. Please? Pretty please? No? Third and 11, 1st and 10, 3rd and 10. Oh, thank God we have a defense, huh? Alright. Oh, you're kidding me. No. Okay, well, we've been ice cold in the second half. 2nd and 7. 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. Turnover and downs. Thankfully our defense has shown up for the second half a bit. Our offense, on the other hand, is going to kneel it out. Right, it wasn't the most pretty or spectacular game, but it was a win in the Rose Bowl versus a ranked team. So our losses this year were against heavyweights. Our year is this was a good year. We beat some heavyweights along the way too. We got some season-ending injuries at the end of the season, which is where they belong. All right. All right, we got a bowl win. Wisconsin got a bowl loss. Penn State got a bowl win. Michigan State got a bowl win. Michigan a bowl loss. Wisconsin a bowl loss. Illinois a bowl loss. Nebraska a bowl win. What's happening here? Interesting. So Ohio State got the opportunity to basically get its revenge on UCLA. So Ohio State is going up against the always overranked Alabama, and USC, who I assumed would end up playing Ohio State for the Big Ten championship, is going up against Stanford for the other side of the bracket. So it might be USC versus Ohio State this year, which is what I would like to see, but we'll find out. All right, postseason. Oh, you're kidding. Alabama beat Ohio State and Stanford beat USC. That was the worst of all outcomes. Both Big Ten teams were beaten. And by Alabama, of all teams. Come on, Stanford. I'm rooting for you. Yeah, if you haven't figured out, I have a little bit of disdain towards Alabama. I don't think they're all that. I think they're, again, overrated. And this particular game seems to buy into the Alabama overrated mystique, if you will. Yes, Alabama is a top prestige team. I will give them that, but they do too good in this game. They're not Ohio State University. They're just not. But the game seems to think they are. And the game really doesn't give enough credit to Wisconsin. Man of my word, keep 5+ player promises in the same year. Nice. Okay. Alabama sadly won the national championship. We ended up ranked number 10. Okay. We greatly exceeded the athletic director's expectations. Our job is extremely safe. The fan base passion has increased to a B. Fans were blown away this year and are now more invested in football. Coach integrity changes. We kept up all these promises. We are now a very we've got a lot of integrity. We are a man of integrity. Okay, coach updates. Hopefully our defensive coach gets a little more XP this year. We're now 39 years old, coming into our prime. And we can put one in offense and one in defense. Again, we're a well-balanced CEO type coach. I can swap a skill badge, can I? Do I want to? All defensive line and linebacker injuries are shortened by 2 weeks. Running back development, expert trainer, offensive line recruiter, tight end developer, offensive line developer. What is available? Durability is for all players. Athlete recruiter. Elusive back. Run blocker. Recruiting pitches to players with run blocker archetype yield 100 extra points. A linebacker recruiter, quarterback developer. You know, front seven miracle worker is a pretty interesting trait. However, durability affects all the players on the team. Or I could get rid of the badge that affects injuries at all and throw in run block recruiter and just become a monster offensive line recruiter. I would get the 50 for recruiting pitches to offensive line, as well as another 100 for elite run blocking offensive linemen. I could literally just corner the market on the best run blocking offensive linemen in the universe, really, with that badge combination, which is certainly something to consider. Now let's go with durability. Let's swap it out for front seven miracle worker. I think that's the choice to make. It affects all the players instead of those 7 players. Okay, offensive coordinator lost XP? That's what it looks like. I mean, we had a good year running. Greatly exceeded expectations, 10 wins, academic bonus. With all that, you managed to lose XP. Okay, defensive coordinator did gain. Did he get a badge? No. Okay, well, we're gonna go with recruiting with you, I suppose. Defensive talent was ranked number 40, but defense was number 2 by production. Well, that's good. Gain 50 experience. I figured he would have gotten a little more out of this. I guess it's level 25 where he gets his next badge. Alright, well, let's save in advance. Is this where Wisconsin offers me a contract? Wants to keep his options open, wants to keep his options open. Okay, we're done renegotiating. Who wants me? Wisconsin wants me, son of a bitch. Why? Why couldn't you have wanted me before? Why do you want me now? Now that I'm on my way, well, that was the goal of this playthrough, was to become the Wisconsin head coach and win the national championship as Wisconsin. That was our goal, which is comical because I just spent this whole recruiting time period taking players away from Wisconsin. And now Wisconsin wants me to coach for them. Oh, this sucks. I'm going backwards right now. I'm literally going backwards. I've just gotten Minnesota on par with Wisconsin. And now I'm going to do a coach change. Why, game? Why? Accepting a new head coach job after just 2 years in the current role will incur a coaching integrity penalty of 8. I can afford to lose the 8 points of integrity. I can't believe it. I don't know why I'm thinking about this so much. This was the entire goal of and now that I'm here, now that Wisconsin's offering me the job, I'm actually thinking about not taking it. I mean, so the Golden Gophers are literally like the next best job that I could have. Being from northern Wisconsin, you know, uh, I've played on the Golden Gophers field at the Metrodome. I've, I've, I've watched Wisconsin and the Golden Gophers play because it's easier sometimes to get tickets, and it's actually a closer drive to be able to watch the Wisconsin play the Golden Gophers game. So I've been to a lot of Gophers games. Well, usually the Wisconsin versus the Gophers game. But it's my team. It's Wisconsin. I gotta go with them. It's like we just invested 2 years into Minnesota, right? We're just about to start to transform Minnesota into something that resembles me. And now Wisconsin says, hey, would you coach for us? You couldn't have told me that 2 years ago. You're offering me less money. You know what? Both of my current coaches, I think I have the ability to, well, you know what? My offensive coordinator is probably going to be like, I'm going to stay and I'm going to take the head coach position in Minnesota. And I'll be like, damn it. All right. Off to the Badgers we go. I have to take it. That was the whole point of this whole Let's Play. Wyatt Kerr has been hired by Clemson as their offensive. Make a counter offer. Four years of coach lock. No, that's only 2 years of coach lock. To go with the cheaper contract. Or get him locked in. Alright, the gang's all here. The coaches changes, the whole all the Minnesota coaches just went to Wisconsin. What a rivalry move, huh? Wisconsin beats us in the rivalry game. And literally Wisconsin's like, we kicked your ass in the rivalry game at the end of the year, but we're gonna give you all jobs. What? It almost doesn't even make sense. I mean, did Wisconsin coaches retire? That's the only way that this makes sense. Yes, Maxwell Hart retired in Wisconsin. Okay, so there was a retirement. Well, I have no idea what's going to happen from here on in because whole new team. I have no idea who's leaving, who's coming, who's going, what's going on, because it's a whole new team. And now I've got a really hard Minnesota to have to deal with. Okay, players entering the draft. Jeremiah Rogers. Junior and sophomore. I don't want these guys going in the draft. Win at least 10 games. Yeah, will you stay around? We're gonna win 10 games this year. We are. that means that we're only going to lose 2. That's not happening. I guess I'm throwing away 6 coach integrity to keep this guy on the squad. He's a sophomore. I don't want to lose him. So, yeah. And win at least 12 games? Who do I think I am? That's going to be 12 integrity out the door. That'll take us from 89 to 77. Boy, I better win some games this year. Okay, graduating players. There are some good players here. Safety, projected second in the depth chart. He's a sophomore. Shitty durability. But obviously, here's another safety. First in the depth chart. Oh, here we've got a junior. How many snaps do you want? Alright, we can pull that off. I mean, what do we have to do to make you stay? We don't have the nil to pay you for 54K. We don't have any nil, guys. What's going on here? I'm gonna let him go. Freshman, A+ potential, wants playing time, projected 8th in the depth chart. God damn it. Don't want to lose him. 5th and 6th. Sophomore, A potential. What do I need to do to keep you around? Playing 60% of snaps. Projected 6 in the depth chart. Durability is average. Evasion's pretty good. Ball carrier vision is alright. He's young. He's got decent potential. I've got two young. Well, that guy's a junior. Good catching and route running, so he could fill a third down back situation, but his durability is a D. This guy couldn't block a wet rag. No catching skills. If we got this guy, it would be completely just to run the ball. He is a freshman. He's projected 3rd in our depth chart. We might have to promise him and give him training. This junior, on paper, he's the better back, but he's also got a D durability, and he's a junior. I can't promise both of these guys. I can only promise one of them. And it makes more sense to promise the freshman over the junior. Even if the junior is a more serviceable back. Get 50 carries, huh? Alright, you're getting 50 carries. What do I need to do to convince you? Playing 30% of snaps? Okay, who's my main running backs? Who's number 2 and number 1 on the depth chart? Very durable, great ball security, slow as F, and not very strong. You're an odd running back. I mean, you're durable. You'd be a decent third down back for pass blocking and catching. Yeah, you're kind of a third down back, aren't you? A third down back specialist, if you will. And then this guy, horrible durability. He's got some speed. He's the primary back, obviously, but he's nothing special. Well, not special enough anyway. Right? Maybe we could go running back by committee, and maybe we could fit in this other back. We could go with a 4-player rotation. That might get him 30% of the snaps. Alright, we'll try it. Alright, you're a sophomore. You're projected 7th in the depth chart. You're all around average in every way. But you're a run blocker. What do I need to keep you around? 60% of snaps? I don't think that's happening, bud. That's too bad. Another running back. He's durable. What do I have to do to keep you around? 50 carries. Yeah, I can't make that promise. Do I keep the junior? You're just not very good. No, we're gonna let him go. Alright, what do we got coming in? F durability. D plus durability. These are guys who are recommended to cut. We got a freshman here. A potential A durability. We'll cut him. Freshman corner. Fifth in the depth chart. Below. below this guy. Junior. Talented junior. Freshman. Talented freshman. Another junior. And a sophomore. Okay, a freshman, sophomore, and 2 juniors ahead of this. %40 of the snaps is not going to happen for you, bud. Sixth in the depth chart. %60 of snaps. Are you a run blocker? You are. Okay, who's the other offensive lineman ahead of him? Okay, we've got a junior. A sophomore. Another junior with terrible durability. Another sophomore with good durability. And another junior. I don't think I can make him, I can fill his promise. And I've already got enough promises I can't keep. I hate to let go of a sophomore, a potential offensive lineman. How much in 10? 10. That's a big one. Right, so we're cutting 1. We're losing 2. We're losing 3. We're losing 4. We're losing 5. We're losing 6. I don't think I... Didn't I already promise another safety above you? I did. Alright, well, we're thinning out the squad a whole heck of a lot here. Which evidently is fine. Howard's recommended cut down to 77. Room for remaining targets and transfers. Incoming commits 18. Scholarship transfers -5. Incoming commits +18. I guess that guy's gone. Alright, I think that's what we're gonna go with. This is the hardest part about taking over a new team, is everything is very chaotic. I don't know what the AI does, but it certainly isn't my system of doing things. I've made a lot of promises. I have a feeling my integrity is going to drop off the cliff after this season. Two players from Wisconsin were selected in the draft. I didn't really have much to do with them. They're both seniors, so good for them. Would have loved to have coached them. Damn, they were pretty good. Well, how did Minnesota do in the draft? Junior and 3 seniors. So I would have had a linebacker to deal with. And then Northern Illinois, Stephen Dickens. Alright, well, I've got a bit of a legacy behind me going on. It's time to turn Wisconsin into the proper powerhouse franchise it's supposed to be. Off-season recruiting. We don't have any nil. We have no nil to even attempt to sign anyone. Anyone on my targets? No. There is nobody to recruit. We don't have any nil. What about people who might want to come to us? Is there somebody that's going to want to come here for free? I mean, you should look. Really? Current place in battle. Leader only. Well, there are actually a few people that desperately want to come to Wisconsin. Are they any good? And what are they? I think we already signed him. C- cornerback. Right, this is probably our recruiting class. Yeah, it is. So outside of our recruiting class, there's one guy, and we don't want him. All right, that's fine. Save in advance. Just reveal all. I'm not sure what this was all about, why these people were here. Only with Wisconsin. These people had offers at some point, huh? Why? Okay. Okay, prestige. Well, they went up from 5 to 6. Alright, nil spending. 1, 2. Right, coach staff, resolve debts. Stadium. cover maintenance, facilities, cover maintenance, college life, cover maintenance, marketing, cover maintenance, academics, cover maintenance. We have 15 left. Our academics is amazing. Our marketing, a little lackluster. College life, really good, evidently. Our facilities are wonderful. Our stadium is solid. Marketing is our weak point. Could we get to 11? We could get to 11 on the stadium. Oh, we could just get to 13 on training. I don't know how we don't not do that. Yeah. We gotta do it. Beautiful. Wait, there's money remaining? Be 10 million to get to the next rank. $13 million there. Spend max. What? Huh? Spend to cover maintenance. That says it's going to cost 13.17 million. What? Alright, well, I don't know what funkiness was going on there, but the math didn't add up to me. We did cover all the maintenance. We were able to increase facilities, stadium. Not bad at all. We got a nil budget of 5 million. We're good to go. How did Wisconsin make its money? Alright, save in advance. incoming diamonds and an outgoing gold. Okay. No realignment will occur. Michigan, USC, Michigan State. All right. Let's edit this Alabama game. All right, home and home. Northern Illinois just lost its superstar running back. And it lost its superstar coach about 3 years ago. Northern Illinois should be on the decline. So we'll select them. Wyoming. Okay, we're not paying James Madison all that money. That's not happening. Cal, Army, both possibly winnable. Miami, Ohio would be interesting. I don't know. I think we already have enough strong games. We need more. We're gonna win games. So let's go with Miami, because Miami is winnable, but at the same time Miami typically has a pretty good win-loss record, which means they overperform in the rankings. So a good choice to pick for the purposes of looking like you're doing good, if you will. Wyoming. I don't know about Wyoming. Appalachian State would probably be a fairly easy win. We're picking for likely victories, though we could probably beat Cal. That would give us some money. Let's go with Appalachian State. Alright, now how's this record looking? How's our team looking? Am I even able to look at them yet? 84, 84. Alright, 1 win, 2 wins. Michigan State, toss up. Okay. 2, USC, Okay, we should be able to beat Illinois. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. We might be able to get to that 10 victory margin. It would require us to get a couple of big wins against either. The Michigan State's probably the easier of these. So if we lost to USC and lost to Michigan, but won the rest of the games, that would put us at 10-2. I think that's possibly doable. So it won't be 12 wins, that's for sure. The 12 win promise I made, yeah, that's a pipe dream. I'm failing that promise. But if I could pull off the 10 win promise, well, I would mitigate some of my lost reputation. Alright, I'm fine with this. Okay, so last year we were 84-84. What will we be this year? I'm currently not impressed with the running game. Oh, this is part of the new update. So it shows us if we were to change their position, what they would be if they were changed. I like this feature. We've got a tight end that could become a pretty great offensive lineman. That's certainly interesting, though I don't think we want to remove him from the tight end position. Defensive line to linebacker. That's interesting and tempting, actually. How many? Okay, we got one defensive lineman, two, three in the 80s, 4, 5, 6. Right, and how do our linebackers look? Again, taking over a new team and not knowing what your team's like. Really? Is that really our top lineman at 79? That would be terrible. You telling me my linemen suck, or my linebackers suck? 79 overall junior. A 76 overall junior. '74 overall sophomore. 73 overall junior. 73 overall junior. 73 overall sophomore. Wow. You know what? I might use this feature for the first time ever. As in, where is that defensive lineman that would make a decent linebacker? Alright, let's work from the top down. I think it was you I was looking at. He's on the slower side. As a linebacker, he would be more of an interior linebacker, and he's not the smartest. Right, who are you? Tackling, block shedding. Your pursuit is only 72. Your speed is only 64. You are a nose guard if I've ever seen one. Which, honestly, 66 speed and 81 pursuit, you're not the greatest end. Okay, who's our next defensive lineman in the mix? '71 speed, 78 pursuit. '57 speed. I don't know how you I don't know how you could become a linebacker with that type of speed. Yeah, remember how our first year in Minnesota didn't go so well? Because the defensive scheme didn't really work? I see that happening in Wisconsin as well. The scheme is not looking too good for us. we've got pretty strong wide receivers, which is... How's our quarterback? He's a passer. We've got the ability to throw it, that's for sure. Alright, well, something about this change that's not good is it's allowing me more opportunity to stare at this page and delay the game. Because now I can look at things that weren't here before. Where before this was just a, yeah, skip the position changes. However, I more than anything I was curious because this is a new feature. So I think I'm spending more time on this than I normally would because it's a new feature, if you will. So we're going to save in advance out of the position changes. I'm not doing any. Some of those defensive linemen would have been too slow to be linebackers. We're going to have a bunch of nose guards on the defensive line. We're not really going to have ends. And then our linebackers are looking on the weak side unless something amazing happens in the offseason. We do have good training facilities, so I'm hoping to see some nice large gains happen with the squad. Okay, well, we've got an elite tight end. We've got an elite defensive lineman. An elite corner. These are guys that were made promises. Two, three, four, five, 6 guys in the 90s is pretty impressive. Okay, strong offensive lineman there. So we've got a jack of all trades kicker. He can do it all. Doesn't do any of them particularly elite, but he does it all. And he's a senior. Okay, well that's... We might have to, well, we'll probably have to, obviously we're going to have to replace him. He's a senior, so I don't know who our upcoming kickers are. Yeah. So notice the lack of pursuit. Notice the lack of speed. Here, notice the lack of speed. We got some pursuit. He's a senior. He's a senior. I gotta try to give one of these guys speed. And then we got this guy who, he's got a little bit of speed. Okay, well, we got one guy that might be able to fill in as an end. So it's a matter of training the other guy to be an end. So we've got a very strong defensive line. Did I look at you? QB. Junior QB. Studley quarterback. What is this? Oh, you're joking, right? I have 2 Studley quarterbacks? I do. 95, 99, 86. Okay, this guy's smarter and more accurate. His arm's a little weaker. Unbelievable. Alright, you're looking a bit better. We might have a running game yet this year. Okay, you're slow, but smart. You're an interior linebacker. Wow. Hello. Where were you hiding? Here's our redshirt freshman kicker. Alright, so we do have an up-and-coming kicker to fill in. Wow. I don't think I've ever had so much talent on the defensive line before. It almost makes me want to change to a 4-3. Look at this. This quarterback would be good enough to start on most of my squads. And he's the 3rd in the depth chart at QB. Our linebackers are a little weak. 75 members of the squad are 70 or better. That's impressive. We got one guy in the 50s. Any big gainers down here? Offensive line. This tight end got a nice gain. I'm impressed with this team. Honestly, I could see competing for a title with this team. I think they're that good. Well, from what I'm used to anyway. Alright, we're going to stick with our typical game plan. We'll figure out the primary pass targets later. $89, $90, $88, $88, $85. Wow. $87, $85, $84, $89, $83. God, look at that. Okay, we've got 18 seniors. How could the coach retire with a team like this? What was he thinking? Alright, maybe we could go 12-0. After looking at the squad, it's possible. We could go undefeated and maybe even play in a national championship this year. It's obviously the most talented squad I've had the opportunity to coach in this current career. There's no doubt about that. Is it good enough to compete with the Ohio State University? That's still yet to be seen. But it's definitely good enough to win our bracket, if not get us to the conference championship game. They're both juniors. That's running backs. A little bit more questionable, but if we go with a 4-person rotation, we might be able to pull off these promises made, and that'll keep these guys a little fresher. Their off-season gains made them somewhat more palatable. wide receivers are really good. You're 7th place in the rotation, and I need to get you 25 targets. Huh? What did I do? Got 88 speed. Yeah, I might have to invest some training on this guy just to help my promises. Nice tight end. Wow, look at the blocking on him. This tight end's a little odd. He runs the ball better than he catches the ball. This tight end could be a running back. But man, is he a blocking back. Wow. 3, 4, 5. Senior, senior, junior, 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 senior. So our offensive line is a little elderly, if you will. Yeah, this is supposed to be a 3-4. This guy is good enough to normally start on most of my 3-4s. And he's going to be at the bottom of the rotation. Linebackers, though, weak. Linebackers are weak sauce. Yeah, that hurts. The linebackers hurt. There's no doubt about it. There's no other way to summarize it. The linebackers are garbage. The linebackers is definitely the weak spot in our otherwise fabulous team. He's not horrible. Give him a little speed and he'll be a fine outside linebacker. You're inside. the sophomore down here. I think we give him some speed and try to make him an outside linebacker. So maybe he'll end up our starting outside linebacker. He'll be a starting outside linebacker, inside linebacker, and you're probably an inside linebacker. Right, we might be able to make the linebacker serviceable. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this upcoming season. Hopefully you guys are too. We've reached it. We've accomplished our primary goal of becoming the head coach of Wisconsin. This is the beginning of our 10th season, and we are there. We are in Wisconsin, and from here on in, it's the hunt to get Wisconsin a national championship and turn Wisconsin into a dynasty powerhouse. We are going to be a thorn in the Ohio State University's side. They're going to get frustrated that Wisconsin's going to be constantly coming after their precious. We are not going to let Ohio State University dominate the Big Ten anymore. That's going to be the job of the Wisconsin Badgers. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulphurblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please smash that like button. Consider subscribing. And until the next time, all, peace.